Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Harry McCulla, and we're talking COVID again, the Delta variant, and looking at some of the numbers from around our area. Not great. 3,800 new cases, which is around where it's been, or maybe down even a little bit. And you see the statewide hospitalizations. Some of that is because they can't take more people. There's more beds, but there's not enough nurses working in some of those places. The ventilators, same as it was on Monday, but the shocking number is 139 deaths, which is the most deaths ever reported in a single day in Louisiana. A little more local, we look at the Terrebonne cases. New cases 162, 4 new deaths. In Lafourche, 54 with 3 new deaths. So for the region, we're up 4 from Monday on both the ventilators and with the hospitalizations. And with that, we talk about some local areas and some institutions now that the vaccine has been approved by the FDA. And Jerad David is with us. He's a spokesman for Nicholls State University. And it looks like now you're going to be requiring vaccination for students. Jerad, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, once the FDA came out with their announcement yesterday about the Pfizer vaccine being fully approved, our system, the University of Louisiana system, had previously put in the request for all of that system schools to add that vaccine to our list of required immunizations for our students. The LSU system and the Southern system had also done the same thing. So basically, where we are now that we have full FDA approval is that all the 4-year public institutions in the state are putting this into effect.
Right, and not a whole lot different than like a meningitis vaccine or some things that you do before you start into the area. Let's take a look at the message from the president, which read the FDA's approval with COVID-19 now scheduled to require immunizations. And what you just said for Louisiana's 4-year public institutions, Nicholls states will need to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 or provide a written dissent to register for any future semesters and classes in the fall term B to begin October 11th with the registration for spring in 2022 between October 25th. So, Jerad, that last that segment, and as we looked at that, we both said dissent. What exactly does that mean for dissent?
So that's definitely the word that I've been trying to explain to as many people as possible. I think people just don't understand what dissent is. Basically means you don't agree. So you have 3 different options. You can either get the vaccines that are prescribed for you to attend college. You can have a medical professional say, look, it's not safe for this person to get a vaccine. Or you can write a statement saying that you don't agree with this for religious or philosophical reasons. Louisiana is one of 15 states that offers basically this legal loophole. And I think of any of the pushback that we've received from students or from parents, I think they just don't understand that there's an option, just like with any of the other vaccines that you have to have coming into college. You can have that written dissent or written disagreement, if you will, to not have to go and get this COVID vaccine if you choose not to.
Do you have to do a test weekly or anything like that if you don't get a vaccine?
So we've not put into place, I know some of the other schools, I believe LSU announced something today that they will have to be, but we've not put anything into place to do regular testing for unvaccinated individuals. The part that comes into play for unvaccinated people is, and a lot of people have been picking up on the statement that unvaccinated individuals in the event of an outbreak would have to leave campus. The one thing that we've been trying to clear up is that your learning does not stop there and it doesn't end. We don't just kick you off of campus and say, you can't come to class anymore. The Office of Public Health, only the Louisiana Office of Public Health can identify an outbreak. Just like you mentioned meningitis a while ago, or there are several other viruses that Office of Public Health can come in and say, there's an outbreak in your area or on your campus. Any unvaccinated individuals to leave your campus for their own safety and for the safety of those around them. And in that event, those unvaccinated individuals would be asked to go home, but we now have a mechanism for them to learn virtually. So their classes would continue. They'd keep going to class virtually via Zoom or, whatever online method that their professor's using. In most cases here, it's Zoom. Until the Office of Public Health came back in and say, okay, it's safe now, for this outbreak is over. It's safe for everyone to come back. And then we would invite all of those unvaccinated individuals back to campus.
Right. And Nicholls has always had a really great program for online learning as well there, too. The National Guard is providing free vaccines from 10 to 4 every day on the weekends, reading from Jake Kloon's letter. So there's also a chance to win $100, and you can recoup $100 gift card if you've gotten a vaccine. So you're really encouraging people to do it. About 30 seconds to go, Jerad. What about football games and that kind of stuff for people that are not students when they come on campus?
So that's another conversation that we'll be having. As it stands right now, we're not requiring testing coming in or proof of vaccination. You may have seen LSU again today came out and said if you're going to an LSU game, you'll have to provide that proof. Nicholls has not done that. We tried. Our plan is to make our season as normal as possible.
Absolutely. Well, Jerad David, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.
Always happy to be on. Thank you for having me.
All right. And we'll have more Bayou time right after this.